Hi guys, my name is Zisteau, alternately pronounced Ziatsu or Zistien, or wait, how does Doc M say it? Zisteau? But Zisteau is the most common pronunciation. You probably already know that if you're watching this video. Welcome to the special video I'm making to celebrate reaching 25,000 subscribers. I think I started this YouTube thingy about a year ago, a little over a year ago. My first video was, I think, the beginning of February. Man, I was such a noob back then. I guess I'll talk about that as I'm walking around, though. This is a special map I made for myself, but I decided to let you guys have it too. Woohoo! This is Zistau's Texture Pack Tester. I wonder if that sign should be a little higher. It's kind of like I'm looking at somebody's kneecaps. Zistau's Texture Pack Tester. So I've always had a map for looking at different things in texture packs, and actually let's go there right now just for fun. Okay, this is it. This is my old texture pack testing map. This is the 1.7 seed glacier that was really famous for the cool landscapes, and I've only used this just to test texture packs. I built this tiny little castle thing. Basically, as I would need to look at specific things, I would add them in sort of piecemeal. There's paintings here, there's a portal there, there's an end portal down there. It's all sort of added ad hoc as I needed it. I don't even think there's anything in these. And it was kind of, I got to the point where I kept adding. Every time I would need something, I would add it. And it was all kind of messy, and I decided if I'm going to spend so much time fiddling around with texture packs, why not just make a dedicated map that has everything, so I don't have to worry about, well, oh, there's not this. I need to, for instance, this is an old map before villages were in the game. If I want to look at villagers, I would have to, spawn them in with an egg, things like that. There's no jungles in this map unless you go real far outside what's already been explored. So I decided to make a dedicated texture pack map. So here we are again in Zistau's Texture Pack Tester. And I'll say that this map doesn't have absolutely everything in the game, but it's got pretty much everything. Almost everything you would want in a map. So here we are. You spawn in this little starting area, this little platform. And then there's 4 branches that have different things. Let's see. Let's start here. This is probably the best place to start. And I also added a few things on this platform. There's boats over here, if you want to fiddle with the boat texture. And mine carts and rails are over here, if you want to fiddle with what a mine cart looks like in game. That texture right there. And if you want to fiddle with any of the rail textures. And then over here are a string of all the boxes, all the stuff you interact with. A lot of them have graphical user interfaces, and if you really want to get finicky creating your own texture pack, all of these have their own image file in your texture pack folder. And so all of these will get edited as you change texture packs. And I've tried to label everything, so you've got crafting table, chest, furnace, dispenser, note block, etc., etc., jukebox, all the different, like, I don't know, all these things sort of seemed of a kind, and I had tried to group things so that it would make sense when you tried to find something. All right, let's go over here, and I did label all the blocks, but also all the different arms, what they have. This one has plants, ores, items, portals. And so if you come out here, we've got the 4 different types of trees, and I also put the type of plank in front of them so you can see what the plank looks like in comparison to what the tree looks like. All 4 types of trees. Over here we've got a bunch of plants: cacti, mushroom, pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, mushroom, melon, wheat, cobweb. The only things I think I neglected to put here are the little shrub grasses that appear in different biomes. These guys: grass, fern, lily pad. I did put vines up on this tree. on the jungle tree, you know, dead bush, all those things that sort of happen in different biomes. I didn't include those here. Then there's a big wall here where you can see what the different ores look like and the different soil types look like in the stone wall. One of the things I don't like about certain texture pack testers, a lot of people like to use this image where they have every block type arranged in a sort of a pyramid pattern, and I don't really like that because it doesn't really let you see what the stuff's going to look like in the game, where you'll see multiples of one, where you'll see it in a wall of stone, or you see a building, what the cobblestone looks like with glass, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to make something a little bit bigger to let you get an idea of what it may look like from a distance and up close, and you know how the, what's this? I don't know this texture pack. How the gravel connects with the stone, what they look like together, all that kind of stuff. And then over here is a series of boxes with everything in them in order as it appears on the file items.png. So if you've never dug around in texture packs before, this holds basically anything you can hold in your hand in this little selection bar or in your inventory. Anything you can hold in your hand besides the terrain blocks and the plants, all the armors, the weapons, the tools, the dyes, bowl, mushroom stew, raw pork chop, cooked pork chop, redstone repeater, all this kind of stuff. And there's not enough room for them all to fit in one double box, so I had to spread them out between 4 boxes, but they're in the same order as they appear on that image. If you want to change the little icons, for instance, they all show up here, like blue, magenta, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff are in this box. Oh, by the way, little warning, don't look at the map. If you fiddling with the texture, take it to another map. Don't look at it in any map with open space like this. It will crash the game. And then I also added a portal here to the nether and a portal here to the end. So you can go look at those environments. I'm not sure if all of you are aware of this, but there are PNG files in your texture pack that affect the way the environment looks, the atmosphere. And there's a file for the end that makes it, or the nether that makes it real dark and foggy, and there's a file for the end that gives it the, sort of the look it has. I haven't edited these. Let's pop in here real quick. I haven't edited these at all. These are just portals in these worlds in case you want to get an idea of what they look like with all the darkness. There you go. And I've done the same thing for the end. It's not edited. The dragon's still there if you want to look at the dragon's texture. And it's creative, so I don't think he should... this is a creative mode map, so I don't think he should attack you. Alright, so that's the first arm. It has all of the plants, the ores, and all of the items and the portals, all that kind of stuff. Next, let's go this way, over to the village. This sign says, village and most terrain blocks. So this village has not only villagers and a village, it has a bunch of buildings made of different materials, so you can get a better idea of what they look like in the actual game, and not just sort of, you know, this kind of texture pack tester where you just see one of everything. I don't like that kind of texture pack tester. I don't think it does a good enough job. Over here in the wall is one of every wool type. Some texture packs, particularly ones custom made for adventure maps, use wool for miscellaneous decoration, like a gear or extra paintings, or you know, some sort of scenery thing. So I labeled them all just so you can be sure what you're looking at in case you're using one of those weird texture packs that it won't be readily apparent what what you're looking at. Then this village I've edited so that each building is labeled. Like this is the cobblestone house. This is cobblestone right here. This house is made just with stone. Over here we've got, what's this one? Moss stone house. So you can sort of get a better idea of what the texture looks like in the context of other textures with different materials, and you know, as you would see it in the actual game. Let's see, what's this one? Diamond block. And as far as I know, all these are actual houses that some of the villagers don't seem to want to go in some of them. I'm not sure exactly why. I guess I should ask Doc that. Lapis block house, bedrock house. So I guess this is, whoops. Oh, we're in creative. I've just broken this. You won't get this version of the game. Let me fix that. Bedrock. There we go. There. Okay, so that's bedrock apparently. There's the bedrock house. And on we go. And I think I made a house of just about every material in the terrain.png file. So if you've ever edited, or if you've never, I guess I should say, here's a mycelium house. This is a very look for mycelium in this texture pack. I'm thinking this hasn't been like updated in this texture pack to look like the way mycelium should. It should be purplish. Anyway, you know what? I'm not really a fan of high definition texture packs. Some of them are okay. The ones I like the best are the ones that kind of look cartoony, not the ones that try to look totally realistic. Soul Sand House. Go really slow. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, so there's two, probably, aside from mobs in the game, there's two main files to edit when you start trying to fiddle with texture packs. One is the items PNG, which has all of the tools and items and food and stuff, all the icons that end up in your bar. And the other is the terrain.jpg, which adds these square textures to the game. So here's nether brick, staircase, fences, and obsidian. I guess I'll just start walking through. This is a default villager house I haven't changed. Wow, I do actually like that. Even though the problem with high definition textures is the more high def it gets, the flatter it looks. And sort of the more difference there is between blocks. I'm not really a fan of this texture pack, but if it's your thing, that's cool. So I guess I will keep wandering around. Something died. I had it on normal difficulty. I put it on peaceful to keep the monsters out of here. I have not lit this to keep monsters out, so keep that in mind. This is not a survival map. This is purely a utility for looking at how things look with different texture packs. And it's been, I'm just going to walk through the rest of the village. I'm going to stop calling out what is readily available on the signs. Oh, this is a sandstone house, by the way. I will talk about this. I added the variant blocks in the sandstone house and the stone brick house. Normal bricks, interesting. A lot of these texture packs I've downloaded but haven't really looked at very much. There's the other sandstone variant. So this texture pack hasn't really done much with that. I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over a year. I think my first video went up maybe beginning of February, something like that. And man, I was such a noob. I was just doing it for something to do, really, a hobby. I wanted to learn to do video editing. That first episode of Survival Island, which is my second video now on my channel, that was the first video I ever edited, and it took me a lot longer than it would take me now, I'll tell you. I did a lot of things in a really inefficient manner, differently than I would do now. But anyway, it sort of started a hobby for me at first, something I was just doing for fun. And I was such a noob about it. I didn't even think about copyrighted material, and I used the first version of my first few Survival Island episodes. If you never watched those, I would edit in the sounds of the waves lapping in and out, like on a beach, to sort of, I don't know, add some immersion factor. Here's this is cracked stone brick. This is moss stone brick. I like these golems, man. They look menacing. This dude is gonna pound my face in. Watch your P's and Q's. So I used sounds from Castaway to do that, and I did a few other stupid things. I had a couple of videos with like music in the background that was copyrighted. I just, at the time, I was getting like 10 views a video, and I had like 3 or 4 subscribers. The first week I was I think in my my first week or so, I would gain like maybe a subscriber a day. It would be this weird thing I'd talk about with people, a few friends and whatnot that I had talked about. Hey, I started doing this YouTube thing, and I was like, hey, yeah, someone subscribed to my channel. Isn't that weird? They're like, really? I was like, yeah, they watched my video and they commented on it. It was really weird. And then and then I got another one like, hey, I got another subscriber today. I'm up to 14. And it actually happened pretty slowly at first. The only real source of exposure I had at that point was I started a thread on the Minecraft Let's Play forum, sort of advertising myself, and I made my own thread. It's probably still there if you dig for it. And I don't think I really started picking up subscribers until Super Hostile started. Okay, so that's all the village. That has most of the terrain blocks. There's the iron ore or iron block and diamond block houses sticking up there. So that has most of the terrain blocks. Next, let's head over to the biome section. Here's the biomes, and by the way, this is a creative server map. While I was building this, I was thinking like, man, I got to make all these rail carts and stuff so that people can get to the biomes and like check them out and stuff. Ooh, pink trees. That's nice. Nice touch. Let's make it daytime, huh? How about that? There we go. Wow! As I've said before, I downloaded a bunch of texture packs. I haven't really played with many of these much. And you know what? I demoed this one before, and I don't remember liking it this much, but this is kind of trippy. I don't know if the high-def sun really goes with the low-def texture pack, though, but that's trippy, that sun there. What does the moon look like? Where's the moon? The moon looks like that, and the sun looks like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, so I was being super fiddly about how I was gonna handle putting rail tracks in here, and would the rail track go all the way around or only around half? Would there be little offshoots to go to each one? I'd have to have little paths and stairs and all this stuff, and then like eventually it dawned on me, hey, wait a second, this is gonna be a creative mode texture pack. I'm just gonna put a platform here, and you guys can fly around. And that's it. So if you hit shift, whoa, don't go down, I'm just trying to hit shift F3, buddy. If you hit shift F3, you can see that I've put a selection of several biomes in here. This one's a forest with the ravine in the middle, and that's just a bedstone base. I gave all of them. Over here is a swamp, and I included these so that you could get a better overall feel for what a texture pack actually looks like in the game when you see a landscape. It gives you a much better idea of what the texture pack is gonna feel like in game than if you just have like one of each block in that diamond pyramid pattern that I don't like very much. And also there are, depending on how like fiddly you want to get with the texture packs, you can create your own shader files. Painterly Pack actually has a bunch if you just want to download all theirs and experiment with them. They have a bunch of biome shader files that you can put in your texture pack, and they influence things like how dark the grass is, what tint the trees are, the vines. A lot of the things in the game are controlled by those biomes, and the textures in your terrain texture folder or texture file are actually black and white. The lily pads, the grass, the vines, the tree leaves, all those things, these guys, the little wild grass stuff, those are all black and white in most texture packs, and they're controlled, their color, by that shader file I was talking about. And if you want to get an idea of what those look like, I would probably Painterly Pack is the best one I know of to look at, because they have a bunch of them that you can look at and experiment with, I guess. But that's only if you want to really be fiddly with your texture packs. Most of the texture packs, if you're just trying to download stuff, this is just to get an idea. Some texture packs will actually color their grass and leaves and whatnot a color which overrides the shader, which means that the biome shaders don't do anything. So it looks like this texture pack, because these are two different biomes, that's a, whoops, this is Extreme Hills right here. And this is a forest right here. They should be different shades of green if the biome shader is in use, but it looks like it's not. I kind of like this one. The way everything is these squares. The leaves are really trippy when you walk through them like this. Check that out. That's a really cool trippy effect. Kind of like that that weird effect that happens in that new map Skygrid. When you have all the blocks floating, they create like different patterns. See that line that appears there? But yeah, I like this texture pack. I thought about using it for something or other at one point. Might be cool for like a science fiction type map or something. Anyway, so there's different biomes. Here's a taiga biome, and I made sure all these biomes are consistent with. See in the F3 there, it says plains now, taiga here. If we go over to this, it should say desert. Yep. And over here I added a sample of the nether and the end, in case you just wanted to get a quick idea of what they look like. And if you want a more in-depth idea with the sort of the atmosphere stuff that happens in those areas, you can just go hop in the portal. Let's see, what's left? I guess just the fourth arm next. So yeah, I guess I've been sporadically telling a story of my early days, and I didn't really start picking up in subscribers until actually a lot of my newer subscribers probably don't know this, but I was the first person to ever do a super hostile Let's Play, and that's just because Vex, something about my videos Vex liked, and Vex contacted me. Here is the last arm, and this has all the mobs in it. At least all the ones you can spawn. It doesn't have the Iron Golem or the dragon or the snowman guy. Vex contacted me on a YouTube message a long time ago when I didn't have very many subscribers, and he was like, hey, would you like to play this map I'm working on? It's called Sea of Flame. It's like that survival island map you've been working on, but a lot more difficult. And at first I was like, my honest first response was, this was before I wrote him back. My first thought was, ooh, I don't know, man. I'm really busy right now with this like survival island series. It's taking up a lot of time, because at this point YouTube was just this like little new hobby I'd taken up. Didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. It didn't turn into what it is now for a while. But he included a picture of Sea of Flame, that island surrounded by lava. And I looked at it, I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Maybe I would like to play that. So I wrote him back, and the rest is kind of history. Imagine where I would be if I hadn't done that. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. Looking back on life, I know I've missed a lot of opportunities. I've failed to capitalize on things that I should have, but that was one that I did not fail to capitalize on, and I'm very glad that I took him up on that, because not only have I gotten to play a lot of awesome maps, and several of them before anyone else, I got advanced access to Kaizo Caverns. I actually got advanced access to Legendary, but I took so long fiddling with my texture pack. I told him to just release it, and I ended up being like a week late on that one. Anyway, also I've become pretty good friends with Vex, as far as you can, like over the internet. I've never met him in real life. We keep in contact pretty often, several times a week anyway. So anyway, continuing on, this arm of the texture pack tester map is a series of cages with dispensers that house every mob in the game that you can summon with these eggs here. Ooh. Oh, I like those eggs. As I said before, I haven't looked at a lot of these texture packs in depth. I like these icons, man. These icons are awesome. Those are some badass icons. The records look cool. All this stuff looks pretty neat. It looks like a Dungeons and Dragons type texture pack. Diamond chest plate. Ooh. I wonder what some of this looks like in game. I've been toying with starting to make my own textures for armor. sooner or later, and so I'm always kind of curious to see what other people have done. Let me turn off creative mode. Whoa! So this is the kind of armor I don't want to make. I don't want to make the armor that completely obscures your face, because I'd like to use it on Minecraft. Everybody has their own skin, and I want to eventually stop using those Transformer armors because it covers up what everyone looks like. But that's pretty badass, I gotta say. What was I talking about? Oh, cages with mobs. So there's a button here that'll spawn one of each, and we'll do that like so. Oh, right. Okay, it's still on peaceful mode. Let's put it on normal. Let's try again. There we go. Come get some, zombie. Come get some. Wow, this is a really... He looks like he took a bath in acid or something. All of his features have been dulled almost to nothing. There's a skelly, and if you only want to look at one, and this is for looking at other people's texture packs, but also designed for designing your own texture packs. And this is my texture pack now, which is a combination of a few things. Most of these terrain textures are from Painterly Pack. These monsters are from Norsecraft. I don't have a copy of the full version of Norsecraft in my texture pack folder for some reason, but I really like his monsters. There's the Skelly. And so if you're looking at trying to figure out if you like someone's textures for monsters, or if you're sort of creating your own textures, when you create your own, let's say, zombie skin, what you're going to be doing is, you know, editing the file in some sort of editor like Photoshop or Illustrator or Fireworks, or I don't know what you would use besides Adobe products, but you would edit it, then you would add it to your texture file real quick, then you would load in the game, click the thing, look at the guy, decide you wanted to change something, log out, edit the file, put it back in your texture file. It's very kind of tedious trial of process and what am I trying to say? Trial and error. It's a process of trial and error. All those words were in the right sentence. They were just in the wrong order. But anyway, if you want to look at just one, for instance, you can just click on the button above each cage. This creeper, if you notice, check out this creeper. If you look, he's got little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. I really like the Norse mobs, Norsecraft mobs. There's the spider. Actually, I think that one's from Norsecraft too. Cave spider, silverfish. The silverfish will disappear into the wall in a few seconds, so you got to be quick. Actually, from the time you click that button to the time you walk down here, they will probably have disappeared. He's still there, though. It must be because I'm not in creative. He's tracking me. Let's see what happens if I go into creative. He's probably still tracking me because I switched. Anyway, there's the slime. And the slimes, the big ones, tend to get stuck in the wall. I haven't found a configuration besides dropping them, which I would have to change my whole cage design. But the smaller ones will survive, so that's okay. And then magma cubes. I love their little springy thing they do. Spring! Blazes. Endermen! Assholes! Asshole! And then there's some also some empty cages at the end for future monsters that get added. And then on the other side are the passive and neutral mobs. Got the cow here, which some people say looks like a bear. This is from the Survival Horror Mob Pack, which was an old set of animal and monster skins, which I really like their animals, the farm animals. I like how the pigs look like boars. They've got tusks and the wiry brown hair. If you've never seen a... What's really weird about domesticated pigs is that if you release them into the wild, they go through this weird transformation where they grow wiry hair, they get tusks, their faces change shape, and when they become feral, it's really weird. It's like a human turning into a werewolf almost. Anyway, if you just want to look at one of these, you can hit the button. If you want one of everything, you can come down here. If you want a bunch, you can just... you can have a bunch. There you go. So there's the chickens, the squid, the mushrooms, wolves, the cats. The one thing I haven't Hey guys, calm down. The one thing I haven't done is provide a little cage with each individual villager skin, but I think, if not all of them, then most of them are available in the village section, which is over there. And if you're gonna be finicky and make like individual villager skins, I would recommend isolating them in little glass cages and putting a label over their head, so that you can tell what's what when you start changing texture packs. Here, you guys can be free, brothers. Be free. You get a pigman, and you get a pigman, and you get a pigman, and you get a pigman. Come on, guys. Oh, is that keeping you in there for some reason? Oh, look, and now they all come free. That's really weird. Let's experiment a little. I gotta experiment. Were they not coming out? They are getting... No, they're not. No, it was just a coincidence. Okay, that's why you experiment. That's why you test things. Okay, and then there's some spare cages in here for future mobs added to the game. And here's the ghast. The ghast always gets stuck like this. I've tried a variety of dispenser designs with ghast and haven't found one that really works. Hey, buddy! Hey! Oh, now he's stuck in the wall. Oh, that is terrible. I'm sorry. So that's it. If you have a use for a map like this, if you like to use multiple texture packs, or have ever edited texture packs and you don't have a map with like everything in it, basically, this map has almost everything, not absolutely everything. And if there's something in here you're missing that you want, it should be easy to add to it, and then it'll be even more complete. So if you have any need for it, there's a link in the description to download it, and also you'll be able to find it on my map forum on the Minecraft map subforum. I have a thread there that I'll put it there, and I'll put a link to that too. And thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, thanks for the thumbs ups when you feel I deserve them or whatever. I appreciate it. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I have a blast doing what I'm doing. It's a lot of work, to be honest. I probably spend 5 or 6 hours on the average video. Some of them don't take as long. Particularly when you have multiple people in a video, it tends to require less editing. Anyway, I'm rambling on nonsense. It doesn't matter. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. 25,000 subscribers. Woohoo! The way I'm going, I don't know if I'll have one for 50,000, but I won't turn the subscribers away at the door. So keep subscribing, please. Okay, see you guys later. Bye!